What's going on YouTube? It's Master Liam here. Generally it's going to be an Extreme Rules results video. Also be a bit of a review because I did stream about half of it last night before I did go to bed because I was really tired. And you know, it was on until like 4 in the morning. I had a late Saturday night. But generally I'm going to just dive in and tell you what happened. I did catch the end of the pre-show. It was Miz and Rhodes, which I kind of agree with because it's better than having, you know, a US title match or a title match opening on the pre-show. It's just silly. It should be on the card. But I think this is nice. It's a bit of exposure for two sort of young guys, you know, trying to make it still. Weird saying that about Miz, even though he's a former WWE champion. But Miz, speaking of Miz, he did get the victory. Rhodes jumped off top rope. Miz intercepted, grabbed his legs, figure four. You know, Rhodes tapped out. Yeah, decent little match. There was a couple of sloppy moments, but you know, doesn't matter. Cause, like I say, that's the handy thing of having it on the pre-show because nobody can see. I've had a few sort of inboxes from people telling me sort of their favourite match of the night or what they wanted. Like which match they were looking forward to the most. The one I was actually looking forward to the most was Brock Lesnar and Triple H. I don't know, I believe the build's been quite nice for that, and it did get me into it, even though it was a steel cage match, and I thought, cage match really? It seemed quite lackluster after like the no holds barred match they had at SummerSlam, and the bloody last man. What did they have? Oh, they had some brutal match at WrestleMania. What was it? Oh, it was something to do with no holds barred probably. But you know what I mean? I was curious to see where they go. But opening up the show came out, great crowd, lovely arena. It was weird because I actually as I was watching the pre-shows, it was counting down. I've never done that before because I normally pop out for a cigarette or, you know, make myself a drink or I'm not having poo. You know, major things to do before a pay-per-view. So I actually caught the announcers coming out, and that was really nice. Sort of gauge the audience reaction. But the first match up on the card was Chris Jericho and Fandango. Jericho got very, very, very nice response, as you'd expect. Fandango came out with Summer Rae, who was looking pretty damn sublime. Jericho picked up the victory. I was quite surprised. Like I was fine with it because I just thought another Fandango win that really would have buried Jericho. Because you've got to bear in mind, you know, the prestige of Chris Jericho and, you know, generally his pedigree and what he can bring to the table as a 6-time world champion. But you're only as good as your last match, so you know, I know Jericho's fine with putting over these younger guys, which is what the older guys should be doing. Hint, hint, Cena, Randy Orton, Big Show, fucking, you know who you are. But props to Chris Jericho. The way he did it was very nice. Fandango jumped off top rope, intercepted, core breaker, bam, 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Fandango getting his first loss. Next up we had, oh god, what do we have? I'm sorry, it was a bit, what do we got? There we go. Right. After that, of course, we had the strap match. No we didn't, sorry, I really should have prepared this. We had the US title match, which is, I think, quite a lot of us fans out there really look forward to this. The great, the young, the bright, the amazing Dean Ambrose against the high-flying phenomenon that is Kofi Kingston. And another short reign for Kofi on a mid-card title. Yep. Dean Ambrose is your new United States champion, ladies and gentlemen, folks. I bet even 6-7 months ago, if I told you that Dean Ambrose would be US champion by Extreme Rules, you probably wouldn't have agreed with me, especially the way Cesaro's reign was looking, but let's hope they stay a bit more loyal to Ambrose. It was a very good little match. He's no slouch in the ring. He's great on the mic. He has a wonderful little character developing. Kofi doing the job for another rising heel. I think Kofi needs to be turned heel or something. He just needs to be given some depth to his character rather than just being this, hey, oh, Kofi, I've got a new mid-card, I lost, oh well, you know, I win, hey, you know, it's just, it doesn't engage me anymore. You know, I used to love Kofi. I think it's probably because when I was a bit younger, but yeah, I can still respect the hell out of the guy's ability in the ring, but generally his character, I don't know, something needs to be done about it. But it was lovely seeing Ambrose win. Reigns' Rollins went crazy, so I was like, yes. Night was off to a great start for me. Next up, we had the strap match. Now, this match was another match I was really looking forward to. Like, some of my mates were a bit like, really? But I just think the build's been very nice. It's been very simple but steady. It's not just been talking. It's been fighting, it's been brawling. Just two badass guys who just don't like each other and just settle it in the ring. And I just think sometimes a good old-fashioned rivalry like that. Nothing complicated, nothing, no silly stipulations or nothing, no laughing. Just like I say, two guys don't like each other, and the brawl. It was. Obviously, I hadn't seen a strap match since Great American Bash, or for obviously JBL and Eddie. It's obviously a classic, but it was really nice seeing a strap match because obviously it's been such a long time, and it brought me back a bit of nostalgia from like, I remember when Eddie and JBL did it. It was a really nice match. It was they both did very well to keep the crowd in it because obviously it's quite hard because you can't just bring a finishing move and then a pin out of nowhere. It's obviously you got to touch all four corners of the ring. But it was a really good match, very physical, a lot of great brutal spots in it. But Mark Henry, he went for the World Strongest Slam, and Sheamus sort of jumped over, which was very good because obviously you forget how agile Sheamus is for a guy of his size for a good 260-pounder. Sheamus hit the broad kick and then managed to hit the last turnbuckles because he started hitting them as he was going around. Really nice match. Sheamus was right to win in my opinion. Some people say Sheamus is becoming like Randy Orton, where it's predictable that he doesn't need to win anymore. But Mark Henry's coming to the twilight phase of his career. He's not getting any younger. Sheamus has still got a good 5 years ahead of him, and I believe he'll probably be getting another world title run, or perhaps a WWE title run, at least by SummerSlam, I'd say, definitely. So, I think it's right to keep Sheamus looking strong if you're going to tie him into, say, a feud with Dolph Ziggler or a feud with Ryback, God, that would be money. But, it was right for me, and I don't think Henry will lose too much face because he did come out, he was very strong in the match, and it was tight towards the end, so, we'll see. Next up, we had the I Quit match. The Real American Jack Swagger against Alberto Del Rio for the number one contendership for the World Heavyweight title. I really wanted Swagger to win this match. I am not a Del Rio fan. It's nothing personal. I met the guy. I met him and Ricardo Rodriguez a couple of weeks back, actually. They're lovely fellas, really nice folk. But I respect the hell out of Del Rio. I think he's amazing in the ring. Decent little talker. I just generally think his character is very poor and oh, the piñata, Zeb Coulter. It's like, it doesn't have any basis. It's just very poor, and a 4-year-old could probably come up with better and stuff. But nonetheless, this had been a personal rivalry. It's been brewing for some time, and obviously the time for talking was over. Very, very brutal match right from the offset. Like, Swagger was pulling off the railings outside where the crowd was, and it was just very physical. I could tell from the first opening part of it was going to be physical and brutal, and it was. It delivered that. The finish was very odd, because there were obviously, these two submission specialists. You got the Patriot Act of Jack Swagger, and obviously the cross arm break of Del Rio. They were both, doing it to each other throughout the match, and constant reversals and whatnot, as we've seen before in quite a lot of the matches. Obviously, they were constantly asking each other, do you quit when, say, Del Rio was getting his ankle nearly broke, or he had Swagger's arm. And then Swagger had Del Rio in the Patriot Act for like a fair couple of minutes, and Ricardo teased to throw in the towel, and then Alberto said no. While the ref sort of turned, Zeb grabbed the towel off Ricardo, pushed him and shoved it in, and as the ref turned around, Zeb got all the way, so it's just Ricardo stood there looking like that. So the bell rang, and we thought it was a Swagger victory, which I thought would have been very nice because Del Rio didn't really lose too much face, and Swagger got the dirty heelish victory. However, it was really odd. The ref looked at all the footage and all that, which is very odd because it's normally the refs are fucking idiots, but he reversed his decision. They carried on the match, and Del Rio got the victory with a cross arm breaker. Bit predictable after that, but sorry, that sounded very petty, but it wasn't predictable that bit, but it was just Del Rio wins the cross arm breaker after 30 seconds, shocked. But Del Rio with a big victory, so we're going to probably be seeing Dolph Ziggler and Del Rio for the world title at Payback, which is the next WWE pay-per-view. Should be an interesting match. The card's already shaping up pretty decently. After this, we had Sierra Hotel. Yes, we had my boy Seth Rollins, who is like my favourite wrestler ever at the moment, and Big Roman Reigns against Team Hell No for the WWE Team Championships. Obviously, the Shield got off to a flying start with Dean Ambrose winning the US title. Could they continue that? Well, we're going to see. It was a tornado tag match. It was a really nice twist. It was very hectic, but it was a very good match. Like, it was very frequent. Team Hell No got a hell of a lot of offense in. You had Big Roman Reigns and the big man Kane fighting it out, and you had the two athletic guys, Rollins and Bryan, and they're all swapping. It was just crazy. A lot of spots everywhere. Just Reigns' spear out of nowhere, Rollins' knee hitting Kane as he was about to choke. It was constant. But the winners were the Shield. Yes, they are the tag team champions. New tag team champions, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, with your new US champion, Dean Ambrose. The Shield taking over, pretty much taking some names, and they're going places, these kids. They are really going places. For me, the Shield is the best thing that we've probably done since CM Punk's shoots. Honestly, I would rate it that highly. I just think it's been done superbly. You're three young guys with a great gimmick and a great base. I do think it needs a bit more for the development in promos and whatnot, but three really good young guys. Like, these guys, I could each see all three of them, being world champion within 2-3 years easy. They're all young guys. They've all got a hell of a lot of potential. I believe this is the start, so we will see. Next up, we had the hometown boy Randy Orton against the Big Show in Extreme Rules match. Randy Orton won with the boot to the head, or punt, or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, it was a decent match. It was okay. I was falling asleep throughout it. After that, I did leave. I didn't catch the main event, but I've gathered everybody's read what's happened. It sounded like a brutal match between Cena and Ryback, but it was a no contest, so Cena escaped, but just once again, Ryback doesn't really come off looking that strong. So, one of those things. But we had, after that, the main event. I don't know if you call it that, but yeah, the Brock Lesnar Triple H going on after the title match. Didn't really agree with it, but I think they went on afterwards. Sorry, I really haven't done my research here. But yeah, they really stepped it up from what we've been told. But Brock Lesnar won, which I personally agreed with, because Lesnar needs it more at this moment. I think it would have killed Brock. Triple H got the big victory on WrestleMania, and it was good, but I think it would have killed Brock if he lost. So the right booking was done there, and now I think you can leave Brock to tie him up with a feud with, say, The Rock if he's going to come back, or perhaps The Undertaker, or whoever. I mean, you could turn Brock face and have a feud with the friggin' Shield. I don't know. You've got a lot of potential there. We'll see where it goes. But that was basically it for Extreme Rules. Sorry I couldn't give you a bit more basis on the all main events, but generally it was a good pay-per-view from what we've gathered and from what I saw anyway. I'm not looking forward to this Raw because generally the Raw after sort of any pay-per-view that isn't Mania is generally predictable. It's filled with rematches and poor, matches set up that we're never going to don't lead to anywhere or anything like that. So, we'll see. But let me know what you think. Sorry, I'm like, comment, subscribe. Put it on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, Facebook. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. This is Master Liam, guys, and I will be bringing you a Raw review, letting you know how hopefully good it is. Cheers for watching, guys. Thanks a lot. Peace.